Well, joining me now is Ross Feingold, a political analyst and international finance specialist who focuses on the Asia region. He's also the former Asia chair of Republicans Abroad and joins me now from Singapore. Ross, after much waffling back and forth, the summit was on, the summit was off, and then back on again. Are you surprised to see that this meeting has actually taken place?
It's actually not a surprise if we think about both Trump as well as Kim Jong Un's actions over the course of recent months, the last year and a half since President Trump took office. They both are looking for significant foreign policy achievements. And President Trump gets a lot of criticism, as we know, for his style, most recently over the weekend with the G7 meeting. But here he actually has an achievement that he can claim credit for, and that is probably because he encouraged other countries to join the very tough economic sanctions, as well as the military actions that the U.S. took by cooperation with South Korea and to a lesser extent with Japan. For Kim Jong Un, it's a sign that he's somewhat accepted by the international community, at least as of today. And they are treating him with the respect of a foreign leader of a sovereign country. So that's a big achievement and something that he wanted as well. So by having the meeting today here in Singapore, smiling, handshakes, both leaders have achieved something very significant that they can bring back to their own domestic constituencies.
And Ross, what are your expectations from this meeting?
Well, I think a reasonable expectation would be to see, as we go forward, what kind of actions both sides are prepared to take at the working group level. So whether it's with regard to verification of the end to the nuclear weapons development or the missile program, or things like economic assistance, aid, cultural interaction. There's a wide range of activities that North Korea can engage in stages, not just with the United States, but of course with South Korea, as well as other regional stakeholders like Japan, China, and Russia, that can keep this process in motion. So let's see, coming out of today, when we get into the real details at the working group level, what is actually on the table and what is actually implemented. And we have to keep in mind that that's not going to be a fast process or an easy process. But as long as they keep talking, that means the process is in motion. And at least as of today, we should keep up our hopes that this is a reality.
Mm-hmm. How will the domestic audiences from both countries, as well as the international audience, view this summit today?
Well, for President Trump, we're heading into the midterm election in November in the United States. Not only is President Trump, as well as the Republicans, going to campaign on prosperity because of economic growth, but now they're going to be campaigning on peace as well. So it's a peace and prosperity message to American voters. It could be very persuasive to the voters who are still undecided about whether they were going to support Republicans again. So we should be looking for that campaign angle from the Republicans. For other regional leaders around Asia, not just North Korea, but again, South Korea, Japan, the message they're taking back to their domestic constituencies: we've reduced tension directly with North Korea. The military threat, as of now, seems to have abated, and we could focus on the potential, the vast potential for economic growth that still exists in Asia, not just directly with North Korea, but of course with China and other countries in the region. And that's what leaders in this part of the world want most. They want to be focused on economic growth, trade, and not on the potential for war on the Korean Peninsula.
All right, Ross Feingold joining us live from Singapore. Thank you, Ross.